Face off to the right of Jack Gore. Mullins to take the draw. Mullins wins that draw. Now Truman. Truman controls. Truman chips it around to Schumer. Schumer for Mullins. Mullins around his guy. Mullins enters the zone. Mullins in the far corner. Stays with it. Now stolen by Barrie. Now Barrie. Back the other way. Barrie cuts to the middle. Shot. And that's tipped off the ankle of Bex. Now Bex swings around. Circles. Now Bex. Around the boards to Schumer. Schumer at the half boards. Chips it up to Mullins. Now Bex in behind his own net. Bex. Patient. Waiting. Oh, leaves it right there for a Barrie guy. Barrie circling. Top of the circle. Drops it back to the blue line. Shot in on net. And that's wide. Now, Barrie controls. Now, Greyhounds get a man back. We're on a penalty. No, 6 seconds in for a power play here. Who's getting it? Hooking. So, Barrie Colts go full strength. But they're going to go right back on shorthanded with 13:15 to go in the second. 2 minutes for hooking. So the Hounds will go on a 2-minute power play. Out comes Viens and Dahl. Back deep, along with Kaiko, Rossbottom, and Keating up front. Viens down low for Rossbottom. Rossbottom back to Viens. Viens shot in on that tip. Ooh, good tip by Keating. And Dahl pitches to keep it in. Barrie. Barrie out front, and Barrie able to clear it deep. Now Viens races back. He controls. Viens up for Rossbottom. Rossbottom for Kaiko. Kaiko across the red line. Kaiko leaves it for Rossbottom. Back to Viens. Viens down for Rossbottom for Kaiko. Now Kaiko in the corner. He battles. Loses it. Up to the blue line for Viens. Viens swings it to Dahl. Dahl misplays it, but he controls. Oh, bad pass. Stolen by Barrie. Breakaway. Shot. Big save by Gore. What a big blocker save by Gore. Rebound. Comes to Rossbottom. That's picked up by Arbor. Now Arbor, he's in the zone. Swings to the middle. Swings to the far side. Leaves it for Dahl. Oh, Dahl misplays it again. That comes out of the zone. Now Dahl. Taken by Arbor. Now Arbor. Arbor leaves it for Viens. Now Viens. Viens up over the red line. Dumps it deep. Now Barrie able to get it deep and clear the zone. Now chased by Gooey. Now Gooey controls in behind Gore. He waits. Now Gooey picked up by Arbor. Now Arbor on the rush. Now Arbor. Arbor's across the red line. Now Arbor gains his own. He's going to make the no high slot. Leaves it for Lincoln. Lincoln over to Gooey. Gooey's going to walk in. Shot, and that's tipped. Now McMillan. And cleared by Barrie. Barrie right to his man coming out of the box. Misplayed, but able to control it. Shot. Score. 2-1 Barrie. Puck came right to the guy coming out of the penalty box. Misplayed it. Then it was misplayed again by a Hounds player. And they capitalized. 2-1. 11:03 to go in the second. 2-1 Barrie. Now Barrie in their own zone. Swing it D to D. Now Barrie. Center ice. Taken by Schumer. Not taken right back by Barrie. Shot in on net. And stick aside by Gore. Barrie. Now taken by Mullins. Now Mullins. He's up and away. Chips it in deep. Now Mullins. Mullins works in behind. Out front. Now Barrie able to clear the zone up and away. Now Barrie tries to get it out front, nicked away by Reed Keating. Now picked up by Arbor. Now Arbor. Over for Reed. Now Reed. Now Reed gains the zone. Reed shot in on net off the chest of a Barrie Colts player. Now Barrie back the other way. They gain the zone, being chased by Mavdahl. Puts the brakes on. Shot well high over the net there. Now Rossbottom. Kept in by Barrie, but taken by Ty. Now Ty. Ty able to get it in deep here in the near corner. Now Ty and Rossbottom battle, but taken away by Barrie. Now Barrie in around Mav, and they work in the far corner now. Now Jack Kaiko, he's in. Jack chips it up to Rossbottom. Rossbottom tries to tip it up, nobody home, right to a Barrie player. Right back in for Mav. Mav. Puck battled for right at center ice. Kaiko and Rossbottom. And the puck enters the zone. Barrie able to clear. Taken by Viennes now. Hi. Ooh. Hey. Hey. They don't teach him well. They don't teach him well. Now Mullins takes the face off, controlled by Barrie. Pressure by Maione, now taken by McMillan. McMillan shot, glove down, there's a rebound. Nobody there, taken by Barrie. Now Barrie. Cross ice pass, center ice. Now they gain the zone, taken wide by Mullins. Now Renison in the far corner. Renison swings it around for Maione. Maione deep in his own zone, takes it. Chips it up off the boards for Mullins. He chips it around his guy. Now it's a race. Mullins wins that race. Mullins shot, rebound. Maione dumps it back for Gooey. Gooey in for McMillan. McMillan turns. Leaves it for Mullins down low. Shot, rebound. Maione, oh, just wide. Barrie comes away with it right out in front of their own net. Now Barrie able to clear the zone. They're up across. They're back in the hound zone now. Now wide. Dot. Shot. Off the side of the net. Now half boards picked up by McMillan. Now taken by Arbor. And what do we have here? Interference on McMillan. So with 7:57 to go in the second, the Hounds will go down a man. Number 13 going to go for 2 minutes. Now Barrie. Puck knocked down by Reed Keating. He's able to clear the zone. Now Barrie able to get it back in the zone, but Truman, he's right there to clear. Now Barrie in their own zone. Now Reed Keating pressure. Good pressure by Reed Keating. Barrie up to the red line. Now Barrie enters the zone. Barrie takes it wide, out front. Too far. Now Barrie controls top of the circle. Swings out in front, shot wide. Right there on the doorstep. And now they swing it in behind Jack Gore. They work in deep. Now they swing it around to the half boards. And interference, thank you. Delayed penalty to the Colts. And they're going to go 2 minutes for interference. 7:03 to go. We'll play 4-on-4 hockey. Hey, let's go, boy. Skate, let's go. Let's go, buddy. Kaiko, Schumer, Viennes, Dahl. 4-on-4 hockey. Now Kaiko takes the draw. Schumer back to Viennes, and that just comes out. Viennes dumps it right back in deep. Now Schumer. Pressure. Oh, tipped aside just by Kaiko, just out of reach. Good pressure. Viens right back in deep. Now, puck in behind the net. Barrie controls. Try to go across. Good pressure by Schumer. Picked up by Kaiko. Now Kaiko, he battles hard. Kaiko works in the near corner. Kaiko out to Schumer. Schumer leaves it back for Dahl. Oh! Whoa! Come on! Wow, I was on the line. Phew. Ah. Man, that was a bad call. Good play by Schumer and Kaiko. Viens kept that puck in, but terrible call. Now Schumer. He's ridden off that puck here coming into the zone. Now pressure by Kaiko. Barrie swings it in behind her own net. Now Barrie back the other way. Now Dahl picks it up in his own zone. He swings around, turns, looks. Dahl up to Kaiko. Kaiko enters the zone. He's going to take a break. Now Schumer, pressure. Good pressure by Schumer. Good pressure by Schumer that time. Now we're going to get a line change. McMillan's out. The Hounds are at full strength. McMillan picks that pass off. Now Barrie's right there. Now Mullins. Mullins works in the near corner. Swings it back to the defenseman and not going to be held in. Puck comes out of the zone. Now Gooey. Gooey swings it back to Renison in our own zone. Now Renison tries to go back to Gooey. Picked off by Barrie. What a huge save by Jack Gore. Oh my God, Jack Gore. What a save. Now Mullins back the other way. Mullins chips it in deep. Now Mullins works in behind the Barrie goalie. Mullins out for Renison. Renison gets it in for Maione. Maione, far corner, out front. Oh, tipped away by the Colts. No icing. Leaves it for Barrie. What's going on here? Okay, here we go. Now Arbor back the other way. Arbor chips it in deep. 4:45 to go in the second period. Full strength hockey. Now Barrie right up the middle. Oh, stolen by the Hounds. Ty. Oh, what a shot by Ty right out front, point blank. Good save by Barrie. Good pressure by the Hounds, stealing pucks right out in front. Barrie making dangerous passes right out in front of their own net. Woo. Ty right on the doorstep, had a good opportunity. Big save. 4:34 to go. Keating, Arbor, Schumer, Bex, and Truman out. And Barrie controls that puck in their own zone. Come on. Now Bex takes that puck at center ice. Tries to swing it back for Truman. Tipped by Barrie. Now Truman in behind his own net. Truman up to Keating. Keating. Now Keating makes a rush. He's across the red line. Swings it over to Arbor in the middle. Schumer takes that puck. Tries to get a shot. It's tipped wide. Barrie. Here at the half board, taken by Ty, but stolen right back by Barrie. Barrie tries to get in around, but that's taken by Truman. Now Truman swings it over to Keating. Keating tries to chip it around right to the defenseman. Now half boards for Schumer. Schumer tries to chip it out, can't. Right back in by Barrie. Now taken by Keating. Now Keating, he's ridden off that puck. Swarmed by Barrie. Having a very hard time getting it out of our zone. Now Bex up to Schumer. Schumer clears the zone. And Schumer can't ice it! Get across the red line! Jeez. Schumer ices it. Icing. 3:30 to go in the second. 2-1 Hound, or Barrie. Now, Viens up to Mullins. Now Mullins, or Jack's into the zone. Now Barrie in behind their own net. Pressure by Kaiko. Attaboy Jack. Attaboy Jack. Attaboy Jack. Good pressure by McMillan and Kaiko. Now Barrie looking. Right out front. Tipped by Kaiko. Hunter McMillan. Good pressure in the near boards here. Kaiko. Now he pressures. Far side, now Maione pressures. This line, good pressure. Kaiko, McMillan, Maione, good pressure. Barrie finally able to get it out. Cross ice pass by Barrie, being chased down by Viennes. Shot on net. Rebound, laying out front. Rebound. Whistle finally. Thank you. Woo. Good pressure by this line in our offensive zone by McMillan, Kaiko, and Maione. Face off, controlled by Barrie, out to the point, shot in on net, deflected. Taken by Schumer. Oh, in behind for Rossbottom. Now Barrie controls, in their own zone. Barrie. Stretch pass up and into the zone. Now, puck in deep for Gooey. Gooey controls. Now taken by Mullins in behind Gore. Mullins for Rossbottom, but taken right back by Barrie. Now Schumer, he's away. Schumer, going to turn wide. Now taken by Barrie in behind. But Rossbottom there to cut that off. Go help him! Go help him! Now Lincoln able to keep that puck in, but Barrie, they take it right back away. Barrie. Shot in on net, covered up by Gore. Whistle. .145 to go in the second. 2-1 Barrie. Puck back to the blue line of Barrie. Arbor battles. Maione in there. Shot in on net, taken by Truman. Now Truman's away a little bit. Tried to clear the zone. Gets a little bit of room. Trying to clear. Pressure by Barrie. They keep it in. Shot just inside the blue line. Another save by Jack Gordon. He covers up again. .119 to go in the second. Face off. Down in the far corner, we got a battle. Comes back to the blue line of the Colts. Swung it over, shot in on net through traffic, and again covered up by Jack Gore. Jack Gore having an excellent game. Face off coming up to the right of Jack Gore. Face off won by Kaiko, picked up by Viennes in the corner. Now up to Hunter McMillan. Good pass by McMillan up to Mullins. Now Mullins in just out of his reach. Now he's in the near corner, turns. Tries to cut out front, get it out. Ooh. Now picked up by Barrie, but Mullins still in there. Good pressure by McMillan. Up to the half boards. Cross ice pass. Barrie out of their reach, picked up by Dahl in our zone. Dahl backhanded up off the glass and out of the zone. Chipped around there, but picked up by Barrie right back into our zone. Now taken wide by Dahl into the far corner, but they swing it around. Now Barrie controls it behind Gore. And we're going to have some penalties here, I can tell you that. Who's going to go? And Mav Dahl is going to go again. But he's going to take a Barrie Colts player with him for retaliation. Come on, we got to stay out of the box! Jeez. Have to stay out of the box. My God. Undisciplined hockey right now. 19 seconds to go. Fortunately, it's going to be 5-on-5 hockey. Very easily could have been shorthanded again. 19 seconds to go in the second period. 2-1 Barrie. Face off. In behind the Greyhounds. Now, Schumer tries to get it up to Keating Camp, but it comes out of the zone. Dumped back in deep. 8 seconds to go. Picked up by Gooey in behind Jack Gore. Gooey. Now Gooey loses it in behind the net. And that'll be the end of the second period. End of the second period, 2-1, Barrie Colts. Start of the third, 2-1 Barrie. Pressure. Now Arbor. Arbor takes it, enters the zone. Now Arbor, he's tripped up, and we're going to get a call. That was quick. 10 seconds into the third period, Barrie's going to go shorthanded, 2 minutes for tripping. Now, face off. Taken up. Barrie able to clear the zone. Gooey over to Renison. Renison up to Schumer. Schumer out of his reach. And that's offsides. Face off coming up in the neutral zone. Face off controlled by the Hounds. Arbor takes it. Arbor dumps deep. Now, puck far side. Puck taken by Cody. Now Cody puts on the brakes. Cody works in the far corner. Leaves it for Arbor. Now picked up by Gooey. Gooey, top of the circle, shot in on net. And that's wide. And Barrie's going to pick it up at the half boards. And they're able to clear. Oh, stopped right there by Lincoln. Lincoln gets it in, but not far enough. And all the way back down. Stopped right there by Jack Gore. Now Gooey. Gooey circles. Gooey up for Mullins. And unable to handle that pass. Barrie back the other way. Taken by, under the stick of Lincoln. Picked up by Gooey. Gooey leaves it for Mullins. Now Mullins. Leaves it for Arbor. Arbor. Arbor back the other way. Now Arbor gains the zone. Arbor. Arbor took a stick up high. And no call there. Now Truman. Truman's going to walk in top of the circle. Shot wide. Now Bex is going to step in and hold that puck in. Dumps it back in. And held in by Kaiko. Now Kaiko works. Now Mullins. Held in by Kaiko. Kaiko walks in. Kaiko leaves it back for Mullins. Oh, Mullins leaves it back for Bex. Bex over to Truman. Truman tries to get a shot in, and that's blocked. Good pressure that time, but back come the Colts the other way. Across the red line. Bex. Now back the other way. Here comes Truman. Puts on the brakes, looks. In behind for Maione, but he's able to just out of his reach. Almost. Now Bex in behind Gore. Bex up the ice. Oh! what? They were just going for the puck. That's terrible. Such a bad call. It's called two guys skating to the puck, bud. Fucking horrible. Absolutely terrible. 12:31 to go. Schumer gets a penalty for skating to the puck. Never seen a fucking worse call in my life. Now Barrie back the other way. Picked up by Dahl. Now Dahl. Now Dahl in behind Gore. Now Viens. Viens takes it. Now Viens able to clear. Viens is able to clear that puck. Viens clears. He's back the other. Now Barrie. Barrie back the other way. Barrie back to the blue line. Shot in on net. Tipped. And cleared away by the Hounds. 11:30 to go in the second. 50 seconds left in the Hounds penalty. Puck laying out front, swiped away by Gooey. Now Mullins. Mullins able to clear it. Now puck in behind the Barrie goalie. Now Barrie. Barrie controls. Barrie back the other way. Now across the red line. Barrie works. Now Barrie well off sides. Now Barrie, they're in the zone. Tipped away by Gooey. Now taken by McMillan. McMillan chips it up and out of the zone. Now back the other way. Now Barrie, center ice. 7 seconds to go in the penalty. Barrie works. Top of the circle. Shot. Score. That was a hell of a shot. 3-1 Barrie with 1 second to go in the penalty. 10:37 to go. 10:37 to go in the third period. 3-1 Barrie. Now face off. Center ice. Picked up by McMillan. Now McMillan takes it in the far corner. Shot wide. Now held in by Keating. Puck in behind. Now Barrie in the far corner. Now Truman. Shot in on net. Blocked by Barrie. Shot by Reed Keating. He picks it up. Now Hunter. Can't quite get that rebound in. Now Barrie. Barrie back the other way. Now Barrie. Barrie's in. Now Barrie in on net. Big save again by Jack Gore. Now Barrie, they control the rebound. Barrie tries to get out front. Net's off. Net's off. What back? Keating taken down. No call. Barrie back the other way. Able to knock that puck aside. Now that puck aside. Now Arbor able to chip it around. That puck is Arbor able to chip it around. That puck is held in. Now Bex. Bex far side up for Schumer. Just back. Bex far side up for Schumer. Just back. Pressure that time. Barrie back the other way, taken by Arbor. Center. Pressure that time. Barrie back the other way, taken by Arbor. Center ice. Arbor. Not quite able to get it in deep. Good pressure by Schumer. Not quite able to get it in deep. Good pressure by Schumer. Now Dahl swings it over Viennes. Viennes back for Dahl. Now Dahl. Backpedals in his own zone up for Rossbottom. Backpedals in his own zone up for Rossbottom. Rossbottom backhands it for Arbor. Arbor around his guy. Now Arbor. Arbor around his guy. Now Arbor. Arbor enters the zone. Tries to get it in. He's tripped. And we're going to have a penalty up and coming. Tripping that time. So with 8:59 to go in the third, we're going to have a power play to the Hounds. 2 minutes for tripping. Oh. $8:59 to go in the third. 3-1 Barrie. Face off. Back to Lincoln. Over to Gooey. Gooey swings it in. Down deep in the corner. Now Schumer battles down there. Now swung back up to Gooey. Gooey misplays. And Barrie's able to clear. Puck kept there now. Now Gooey. Taken by Barrie. Shot in on that. Now Gooey picks it up. Gooey. In behind Jack Gore. Now Gooey. Gooey for Rossbottom. Up for Kaiko. Schumer goes right to a Barrie player. Now Barrie back the other way to Gooey. Gooey back for Renison. Up to Rossbottom. He lays it in deep. Now Schumer. He's going to pick it up in behind the Barrie goaltender. Over for Rossbottom. Now Rossbottom leaves it back to Truman. Truman shot well wide. Now far corner for Jack. Jack leaves it back for Bex. Bex back into Jack. Jack for Rossbottom. Rossbottom back to Kaiko. Now Rossbottom.